Alright, as unexpected as this upset was, a part of me isn't that surprised because the Celts have had this habit of playing down to their opponents, and them trying to just outscore off talent actually favors the lesser team because that's the only way they can win. If the Celts just played defense the way they would against contenders, it would never lead to this type of disaster, and this was as bad as it gets because on paper, it shouldn't have even been close. They go from somehow blowing the Hawks up by 30 without Jalen to now losing with them, and that's on top of the Hawks missing Trey. But that might have been a factor into their win because it might have forced the others to come out with more energy, and it might have did the opposite to the Celts because the effort categories tell the whole story. The Hawks got to the paint with ease, either on the drive or exploiting their size on the switch inside, and that was leading to non-stop putbacks, finishes, or sprays for treys. But that's just one side of the ball, and on the other side, they were constantly getting deflections, forcing the Celts into bad passes, or taking the rock from them with ease. If anything, the Hawks didn't convert as many O-boards or turnovers as they should have, but those extra possessions add up, and it just goes to show the level of effort they played with in contrast to the Celts. The only stats that needs to be looked at are the Hawks' 62 paint points, their 20 O-boards, and the Celts' 20 turnovers, so it was only fitting those were what cost the Celts the game in the end. I can't even feel bad because it's not the first time I've seen them do this, but I can't feel bad for the Heat, because this is now the third time they've lost another absolute heartbreaker, and this was only their 10th game of the year. But I feel even worse for Hero, because that was some of the most unconscious shooting I've ever seen in the second half, and that shit was leaving his hands as soon as he caught it or the moment he passed half court. The only thing he could have done more to win this game was basically hit the game winner at the end of the fourth, but he had to use up all his shot making just to force OT, and even though he ran out of juice, at least he had one left in the tank that should have ended it, until they completely botched the switch. I'm assuming they expected it because of how mad Spo got, and him seeing red was probably why he just called a timeout without even thinking, but that was still surprising to see from him, just not as surprising to see Cade throw a perfect lob instead of a turnover. Just watch the tape.